Hello and welcome to Random Adventure. Today we are in the Federated States of Micronesia on their capital island of Pohnpei. We are actually doing a ridge hike on Sokehs Ridge as part of our dive trip here. Sokehs Ridge is a historic flat-topped mountain ridge that is located just outside Kolonia and is famous for both breathtaking panoramic views and the heavily fortified World War II Japanese remains. Come and join. It's going to be fun. We begin with a short drive to the trailhead, and then we begin climbing the Japanese artillery road. This is moderately steep, and it takes about a half hour to get out of the switchbacks. Overall, the entire hike is about 2.5 miles out and back, in between an hour and a half and 2 hours to complete. After that initial steep climb, it does flatten out, but it does offer some amazing views as you get higher. Sokehs Ridge is the highest point on Sokehs Peninsula. It was at one time its own island, but the channel between it and Pohnpei has now been filled in. It is named after the 1910 Sokehs Rebellion, which was against the colonial German rule. The uprising was suppressed by the Germans in 1911, leading to the execution of 15 rebels and the exiling of several hundred Sokehs Islanders to Palau. Coming to the end of the switchbacks, we went ahead and made a left. This will lead us to the coastal gun and bunker. It is a 15-centimeter naval gun that's found in a large rock and steel bunker on the western slope of the mountain. The gun was actually manufactured by a British company, the Armstrong Whitworth Company, in 1905 and remains in good condition. It was in this location to protect against surface incursions from Palikir Pass. It has a range of about 5 miles, and the bunker is roughly 24 feet by 18 feet, with steel I-beams supporting the concrete ceiling and dirt that is mounted over it. It is extremely difficult to see from out on the water or in the air due to its cover and concealment. There is a short corridor that connects it to bunkers with a prominent trench that runs around the end, leading to a large bomb crater. If you happen to be the first one to enter the bunker, do be cautious as there are a lot of swallows that make this home, as well as some small bats, and they will come flying out. So be careful on your way in. Completing our review and looking out over the pass, we headed back to that central turn point to see the anti-aircraft guns. Returning back to where we made the left earlier, instead of continuing straight down the road, you will head behind this small building and then through these palm trees to the anti-aircraft gun. There are 2 anti-aircraft guns in battery, and they are identical. They are both Type 89 12.7 centimeter twin double-purpose guns. They can pivot 360 degrees on their mounts, and they can tilt to fire at enemy aircraft overhead. Both guns are surrounded by sloped concrete that is about 6 feet high with recessed ammunition magazines. These magazines include some large machine springs that are still there, and it took roughly 1 year for the 16 Pohnpeian laborers to move the guns to the ridge and install them in their current positions. Completing our examination of the anti-aircraft guns, we returned to the point and headed north on the road. This road is a 2-track ATV or 4-wheel drive road and leads to Dollop Summit, which is the highest point of the hike at 800 feet. This is where there is an old Japanese searchlight platform that has since been turned into a modern communications tower, where FSM Telecom has claimed the summit, and the steel Japanese searchlight platform, about 5 meters in diameter, supports one of the 2 cell towers that are there. The views from the top are amazing and unobstructive, and just below there are L-shaped defensive trenches that you can look at as you move up to the top. This is the view of the airport from the top, and you can just see an amazing amount. These are the 2 cell phone towers with their respective platforms, and just a fun time viewing what's out there in the ship channel and in the airport. Having completed our time at the summit, we turned around and headed back to the trailhead. On the way down, do be careful of rolling rocks and slick conditions, as going downhill can cause you to go a lot farther. However, on the downhill, also keep your eyes up as there are some amazing views from the Japanese artillery road as you head down the hill. This was a great end to our 4th day here on Pohnpei. We did this following our 3 dives of the day and before our 5th day of diving tomorrow. We had a great addition here, and seeing the Japanese remains as well as the views was well worth the work. We would recommend it. We hope that you enjoyed the video. We hope that you come and join us on our other videos in this series, and we will see you on the next one.